There's hope in everything that is damaged. There's hope in everything that is ruined. As long as you decide to work on yourself. Hello guys, Brenda here and welcome to Motivation with Brenda. This is the channel where we talk all about the life inspirations, life lessons and life motivations that will go a long way in ensuring that you never give up in life. So guys, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well. And thank you so much for the much support you're giving to me, and I hope that you'll be able to meet the 2,000 subscribers mark very soon. So do that for me guys. If you've not subscribed, hit that red button so that you join this family. So guys, today I decided to tell you guys a story about my life, a story about the point of life where everything that I used to hold so dear turned against me when life, my own life, decided to betray me. Welcome to this session as we talk about the saddest point of my life. So guys, first things first, nobody chooses to suffer in life. Nobody chooses to be single in life, and most so nobody chooses to be a single parent. Okay, so let's stop victimizing people. Let's stop sidelining people because of their situations in life. As you all know, I once met a guy that was so important to me. Then I got pregnant. So unfortunately, as fate will have it, the guy got out of the picture. And all of a sudden, all the things that I used to ignore, all the things that seemed not to be so important by then, started shouting at me. I was pregnant and I was alone. So by default, the society, guys, I tell you, the society is so harsh on people. So after I became alone, so that's when I started realizing that, oh, so I'm pregnant and I'm alone, I'm pregnant and I'm not married. And being a Christian, that makes it even hard because people will be judging you because how can you be pregnant and you're not married yet, you see. So such things started shouting at me, and that is when I started coming across people, and people would be like, "Guy, you're pregnant. How did that happen? Seriously, how can you ask that? How does it happen? How do people get paged?" And others will be like, "Hata pia wewe." And then you'll be like, okay, how different am I? As in, what is so different about me that I'm not supposed to be paged? I think it's so sad that when such things happen, people easily forget that it takes two people, not one person. It takes two people to tangle so that somebody can get pregnant. And when such situations happen, it's the woman who is left to carry all the burden of the action. You see, it's the woman who will be walking around with the big stomach for 9 months, who will be under the hormonal control, as in the body will start changing. It's only the lady that will start undergoing changes in the body. But for the man will be free to roam around. He'll be free to go to church without being judged, because nobody knows if he is an expecting dad or anything. As in, he is free to do whatever he wants because there is nothing to show that he has done anything. But for the woman, you have to carry the cross for the both. So after fighting for this guy for so long, after withstanding so much, because I didn't want to let go, you know. As in, for me, I'm one person that believes that every child needs both his parents there. So that's why I kept on kuvumilia, because I didn't want to bring up a child with just one parent, because I lost my mom and I know how it feels to grow up with just one parent. So I never wished that to happen to my child. And as for me, I was just ready to undergo anything as long as the child will be happy. So it was no longer about me, it was about the child. So when we parted ways, that's when I felt completely lost. And you see, the saddest part was that I was hiding it. I was hiding it from people. I was hiding it from those who are close to me, because I didn't want to feel that embarrassment. And you know, when you become pregnant before you get married, or you are pregnant and you are not together with the father, that even makes things worse. So at that moment, I remember I used to cry. At one point, I even started praying to God that like, it was too much for me to bear. I just wanted to die, you know, and just let go of everything and have peace for once. So during that time, you'll meet people will talk. Some rumors were not even making sense, But because people are always ready to talk when something goes wrong, that's when people will always want to talk. So you'll come across some rumors and you're like, okay, hold on, where did that come from? And you see, you'll keep on explaining to people that is not true. This is what is happening. This is the truth, until you just get tired. And it got to a point where when nilikuwa nikisikia kitu, I just say, okay, whatever you've heard, that is true, because I was actually tired. And now you see, during that time, my self-esteem was even low. My self-esteem was affected negatively. I became kind of shy. I was embarrassed. Annie, that you are so embarrassed until you cannot carry yourself around the way you used to, because everyone can see what is happening. Everyone can see how you are growing every day, and there's no way you can hide it. People started talking, and I will hear something that will hurt me. Now, in that case, you are, first of all, you are embarrassed because you are pregnant before marriage. You feel lost. You feel like you've let many people down. You've let your friends down. You've let your family down. Many people are looking up to you, but now here you are. That has happened. So me, I felt so lost, and after feeling all that for a long time, after praying to God that I should too, because I was tired of living, then I came to realize, why am I killing myself? And I'm carrying a very special bundle. Maybe that is the only happiness that is left for me. Why am I trying to kill myself? Why am I trying to make my situation even worse than it is? So that's when I decided that no, I was no longer going to live like that. So I had to find a support system for myself. So I decided to change my life. And I realized that no matter what I do, people will always talk. So what is the benefit of trying to justify yourself and doing all that so that you can make yourself acceptable again? You see, and for me, I lost many friends. There are people that we used to talk a lot, but from then we started drifting apart. And you see, fortunately, when you start losing some of the friends that you have, you will keep meeting other people now that you will connect, people that can relate to what you are going through. So I started feeling nice because I was meeting different people. I was meeting new people in my life, people who were encouraging me and motivating me. So that gave me the hope. I started feeling that maybe I was not really a loser like that. The second thing that I decided to do is I decided that I'll not be telling people about myself. I decided that I'll be revealing too little about myself to people. I know there's somebody who's wondering if not talking too much about myself worked. Yes, it did work, but not for so long, because now at the moment I started feeling safe, because I'm not revealing too much about myself. I'm not telling people about what I'm feeling. So it felt safe, it felt nice, and I felt finally at peace, but not for so long. You see, when you are not talking about the situation you are going through, it keeps hurting you a lot, because when you talk about it to people, you start feeling like relief. So for me, I decided that I'll not be talking about it. That's when it started killing me. At the end of the day, I will cry to myself, wishing that I could get a shoulder to lean on, somebody that I could talk to, somebody that I could pour out myself about what I'm feeling. Unfortunately, I have this friend of mine, the friend that I was staying with. I'll talk to her, as in I'll tell her about what I was feeling. But you see, I could not tell her so much because she was already doing so much for me. As in, she had taken me in her house, so we were staying together. She was doing things for me. She was cooking, she was washing my clothes. I just felt like she was doing so much for me. And sometimes I'll hold back so that she doesn't have to bear so much, so that I don't burden her with so much of my trouble. And I also thank God for my family. My family was supportive, like my brothers, my sisters, my dad. They would call every day to check up on me, to find out how I was doing. And so my dad was an interesting one, because sometimes I call and I'll be telling him that I have a headache, just a slight headache. Then he'll be like, Umenda Hosi, just go to the hospital right now. You never know. You don't know what is happening. Just go to the hospital. And we'll be like, guy, relax. It's just a headache, So I also thank God for my family, because they were support. So guys, that was my story. That was the lowest moment of my life. The shame that comes with being pregnant before marriage and being pregnant without your partner around is too much to bear, and sometimes it can really destroy anyone. And also, when people are talking about you, people are sidelining you. And talking about sidelining, I once experienced that. I was in church. In church, most people run to church for solace, because that's where you expect that you'll feel accepted. It's in church that you feel like people will be ready to accept you. So I was in church. They were taking the phone numbers of people so that they can be added to the WhatsApp group for the church. Yeah, so they were taking people's numbers so that they can be added to the group. So for me, I gave out my number, and by the end of the day, everyone in my family was added, but I was not. So I was like, hey, why have I not been added? And by that time, I was heavily pregnant. So I started asking myself, why haven't they added me? So I asked my sister to send my number again, because she was among the what wanapendwa kinda in church, because she's more of a preacher than I am. So she did that. So I asked her, will they add me to the group? Then she told me that the person who was supposed to was adding people asked her if I'm the sister. Then my sister was like, yes, that's my sister. So the person who was adding people just decided to keep silent. And I tell you, till this date, I was never added to that group. So I personally feel that the person did that because maybe I was pregnant. So it hurt me. And at one point I felt like, no, this church thing is not working for me, because I was having terrible experiences with people from church. Like the father to my kid was one of the church, as in the preachers, the elders, and what he did, I felt it was so wrong. Now this is another person who is judging me. People who have decided to be the mini Jesus on earth. So I felt discriminated, sidelined in some way. And sometimes when such things happen, you don't have to hold on to them. Sometimes you just have to accept and let go, as in decide to live your life the way it is. If people decide to hurt you, and you also decide to get hurt by what people do, you'll never be happy in life. So me, I decided to let go. Today I'm very happy, and by the way, guys, since that day I don't really struggle to be added in groups. I feel happy when I'm happy. I feel happy when everybody looking up to me, everybody depending on me is happy. That's good enough for me. I don't have to belong in any group or to any category of life so that I can be happy. Happiness starts with you. Happiness has to come from within you. So today I decided to do this video because I just wanted to encourage that one person who is going through so much, and they feel embarrassed. They feel like they did something wrong and they cannot talk about that. One person who has been left by the husband, the boyfriend, you've lost somebody, you did something that really embarrassed you so much, and you just don't know how to redeem yourself. This video is meant for you. There's hope in everything that is damaged. There's hope in everything that is ruined. As long as you decide to work on yourself, nothing can ever stop you. Nothing can ever put you down, and nobody will ever be able to embarrass you unless you also decide to let them do so. So it's up to you to decide what you want. Don't live in the past. If the past hurt you, pick the lesson from that past, then make it your lesson in life. Make sure the lesson you pick from the damaged past guides you, and never let yourself go back to that past that ruined you. Okay, so for me, after all that was done, and after deciding to take charge of my life once again, and when I decided that I'll not let the shame and the guilt destroy my life, I decided to start talking about it before people. That's why I keep talking in front of this camera, because I know, after all, my life may not be that good. It may not be beautiful. It may not be as perfect as the society expects from me, but I believe this story of mine can change somebody, and this story of mine can inspire people. That's why I keep talking in front of this camera, and I feel so nice about it. And guys, I hope that everybody that is watching this feels inspired as well. Go out there and be nice to people. Stop judging people because of their situations. People don't choose situations. People don't choose what happens to them. So don't be very crude with people, okay? You don't know, maybe that somebody is that's this close to giving up in life, this close to, as in, losing hope in life entirely. So be nice to people. Stop judging people because they are single parents. Let's stop doing that, guys. So guys, that was it for today. If you've not watched my videos, I have several videos on love stories, relationship advices, life lessons, because this is a channel where you get all the motivations. So never give up in life. If you're about to give up in life, just run to Motivation with Brenda for all that motivation that you need. So guys, you can like this video, you can give this video the thumbs ups, you can comment, you can share to your friends, and above all guys, don't forget that we are still on our road to 2,000 subscribers. Let's get there. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell also, so that you get notified every time I post any video. And guys, thank you so much for your support, I really appreciate. So guys, till the next video, bye.